Good morning. Hello there. I hope you're having an amazing morning. I decided just because there's so many people around my clients that are struggling with cravings, struggling with that 3 p.m. slump, especially now with the holidays, that there's extra candy, extra treats, a lot of different things going on, a lot of holiday parties, all these stuff is just really around most of my clients. So I decided, why not? Why not jump here and maybe for the next couple of weeks, just go over some simple strategies that you can apply right away and try to curb those cravings and regain your energy. Now, today I'm going to go over one mistake, right? Just keep it nice and simple. This is the number one mistake that a lot of us have done in the past, that a lot of us do, that can actually trigger those cravings for more sweets, more carbs. And not only that, but it's also going to play a little bit of a trick into our energy and our focus. And that is starting the day with a high carb breakfast. Now, we have all been there, right? Like the pancakes, the muffins, the bagels, all that. That is typically what we want to go for in the mornings. If you have any sort of event, any sort of catering, most times that's what they bring. They'll bring fruit, they'll bring some things, but most of it is actually very heavy of carbs. And while many people kick off their morning with toast, with the cereal, with the fruit juice, and with extremely sweet coffee, these options actually spike your blood sugar very quickly. And then after that spike, it comes that crash and it comes to cravings. And if you start your day like that, most likely the entire day is going to be determined by it. It's almost like setting the tone for it. So that blood sugar roller coaster that if you have been listening to me, if you listen to my podcast, I refer to it quite often. It's pretty much that. It's the fact that you're eating these high carb foods, your blood sugar is spiking, is going super high, just like a roller coaster, and then it crashes. And when it crashes, it gives you that illusion that, oh, wait a minute, I need more energy. So guess what you're going to gravitate towards? More high carb foods, and it just feeds that roller coaster. So I want you to keep that in mind. And the solution to that is very simple. You can just shift. I'm not saying never eat carbs. I am so not about that theory of restriction, but more about balance. But it's not about just not eating the carbs. It's more about how do you create your plate, right? And starting with protein, healthy fat, and fiber, right? Like what I like to call my PFF formula, that is the key. Now, that will set the tone for a better balance all day. Now, let's talk a little bit about that. Let's go deep into the fix. How do you fix this? What is like a simple way that you can start doing it even right now? Even if you have not gotten your breakfast, you still have time to shift this. And I will even suggest do it, and maybe a couple of hours later, and maybe around lunchtime, evaluate how do you feel in terms of focus, in terms of energy, and in terms of cravings. And I am sure that you're going to notice a change. Now, what you should be eating more for breakfast, right? Like remember that I mentioned that formula, that PFF formula: protein, fiber, and fat. So that is going to help you stay full. It's going to help steady your blood sugar, and it's going to curb your cravings just by this one simple shift. So what should you be including? Eggs, Greek yogurt, chia seeds, flax seeds, nut butters, avocado, chicken sausage, turkey bacon, tofu, tempeh, cooked vegetables, right? Like spinach, peppers, mushrooms. When you incorporate that into your breakfast, your blood sugar levels are going to be steadier. You're going to feel better. And the things that you may want to eat less, leave it for special occasions and try to avoid them, especially first thing in the morning. Again, it just sets the tone. And that can be sugary cereals, right? Like the granola, the white toast, the pancakes, the waffles. I know it sounds all delicious, but I'm telling you, you will eat that now, and by 10:30, you're going to feel the crash. You're going to wonder why you cannot finish that report. You're going to wonder, why is my mind wandering? Oh, I need another cup of coffee. It's because you didn't feel your body the right way, in a balanced way. So I'm not saying don't eat any of these carby foods, but incorporate that protein and the fiber. When you start doing that, you are going to see the difference. Now, again, emphasize protein. I don't want you to think about, I cannot eat carbs anymore. I want you to think about, how can I have protein today? Let's shift that mindset and take away from the diet mentality and the restrictive mentality and shift into, okay, what can I add to my breakfast that will provide some protein? What can I add to my breakfast that will provide that protein? And again, here's a beautiful picture. All of these are great sources of protein and also sources of good, healthy fat. Now, the other element that a lot of people don't talk about here in the United States, I'm based in New York, a lot of people are really not including enough fiber into their diets. And how do you add the fiber? I will say the fruits, the vegetables, the whole grains, right? Like when you're adding the carbs, make sure that the carbs are carbs that have fiber, that are at the least amount of processing as possible. Look at the lentils, the nuts, the seeds. They're great sources of fat and they're great sources of fiber as well. So, incorporating all of these things and shifting how you build that breakfast is going to do wonders to your energy, to your focus, and to your blood sugar. Now, I would be curious and I would love for you to share in the comments when you see this video, if you're not watching live, what was breakfast today centered? And I want you to just be mindful, no judgment, you're just evaluating, just becoming aware. I keep telling my clients when we first start working together that the biggest step, the very first step, is to be aware. Sometimes we're not aware of what the effect of certain foods do to our bodies or what is actually happening. And just taking time to pause and taking time to just say, okay, like this is the breakfast that I'm actually having. Um, is how am I feeling after I eat this? Am I having cravings an hour after, or am I feeling energized for longer? That is something that brings so much data. And then you're able to modify things and tweak it because everybody's different. Now, here's an amazing client testimonial. I work with Richard, and he actually had a very good approach in terms of food. He ate not much of processing foods. Um, they were actually very whole foods, but the element that he was missing was actually incorporating the protein and the fat. So he was eating lots of fruits. He was eating a lot of these things. And I'm like, okay, but your blood sugar is going to spike. You're not giving enough fiber and you're not giving enough protein. The moment that he started shifting, he started feeling better. He was feeling more confident and having a very demanding job in corporate. His focus and his sharpness and efficiency actually increased. So, just something to think about. And it can be something as simple as shifting how you build your breakfast. Now, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you want to know a bit more, just for December, the prices for my A1C protocol, which is my 12-week one-on-one coaching program, it's going to go up in 2026. But if you jump on a call, I have two bonuses. I have a discounted rate and $300 from that coaching package. And I also have a special free clarity call. It's called a quick win call. This is not just going to be a call about talking to you about the challenges or anything like that. We are going to have one clear strategy that you are going to be able to incorporate and get that quick win before 2026. So just get on the link. Here is the QR code. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment, feel free to message me. But thank you so much for your time. And feel free to share in the comments. Please let me know if you made the change in your breakfast and what did you notice. Have an amazing rest of your week.